Hey guys, it's Rosemary. It is Feed Review Friday, so we're going to go through this feed by Maria Reeb, Restapalooza. She has 801 posts, so she's been here a while. She has 3,577 followers. She's following 1,800 people, and as you can see, she loves antiques. Her jam is that vintage style. She's a picker. She loves architectural salvage and unique finds. And then she has in her bio a photo of herself, which I love. She has a link tree. So if you are trying to figure out what to put here, I love Linktree as an option. I also love landing pages. So Linktree is a good alternative to that if you don't love designing your own landing pages. So this is a good choice. Spring 2008 vendors, picking for a purpose, tickets, Spring in St. Mary's, event link, website, Facebook, Pinterest. These are all great options. And I would love to see if you guys are using Linktree, if you guys can have the very top link be the most important thing that you want to drive people the most to. That should always be in the top. So if you click here, it's an event. So that is awesome. There's another About Me page. It fits. It has a different social links that you can find her at. So this is a great thing. If this is where you really want people to go and show up for you, this is what you want to be the first link in your link tree. So going down, looking at her feed, you can already tell by her bio description, she loves vintage, she loves salvage, she loves antiques, and that's exactly what she's showing here. It looks like a very shabby chic, rustic farmhouse style, and that's what's being portrayed. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I don't love when people use the repost app because it puts this little repost link here. Some people don't mind it. I just feel like it kind of breaks up your visual consistency. And so I would rather just screenshot the image, tag the person in it, and tag the person in the copy. That's just my opinion, but I mean, it's fine if you do it either way. So I love that I'm assuming here is like a good feature of her. I think that's so cute. Anytime you can like direct people to other people's words about you, that is awesome. And of course, I love these olive buckets. These photos are awesome. So her style is pretty consistent all the way through. Even when she uses brighter colors, her editing of her photos are very, it's like filtered, right? It's that vintagey filter, which I really like. I like the consistency, and I like that you're showing things like photographs, your dad in the 50s. I love that because you're just going back to those main words. And the words that you use here in your bio are what's going to drive people's opinions of your work throughout the entire feed. Antique, Rustapalooza, so you can see a lot of rusty things, salvage materials, rust is the new black. You're already putting that in people's minds. The one thing I might do is it starts to get a little bit, just a little bit frenzied, I would say, because there's this image maybe doesn't fit with the rest of these. So the flow is a little bit different when you use different fonts and different quotes, like you're screenshooting quotes from other people, and you're not using consistent fonts, you're not using consistent color palettes. It's just a lot of things going on. And it's not really creating a branded experience for people that are visiting your feed. They're like, oh, you're just screenshooting other people's content. Instead of taking that same quote, redesigning it in something like Canva, and making it so it fits in nice and neat with everything else in your feed. So something like this is really cute, but I would maybe put that in my stories. That way it doesn't live in my magazine or my art gallery. And then same thing with this. Like if this is a magazine, I would love to see, instead of that, or even this like super close up, you can even style these magazines. This one doesn't bother me as much because it's still very consistent. But this right here, if this is like a magazine or a flyer, I would style it. I would maybe even turn it black and white, or do more of a filter on it. Or do a styled stock photo of it sitting on like a desktop instead of just the graphic of it right now. Going down further, it goes, oh, okay, so this is one more thing. Number one, I love your goats. I'm obsessed with goats, and I think it's so cute that you have goats all over your feed. So that's awesome. I would also say that there's not very many posts before you hit back into Christmas. And so I don't know if consistency is something that you maybe struggle with, or like the new year. But it's February, and it only takes, like 2 scrolls to get back to Christmas. So that immediately is like, oh, she doesn't really post very often. So there's no reason for me to hit the follow button because I'm never going to hear from her. That's what I think in my mind when I see someone that has Christmas right up front. So you guys take that with a grain of salt, see what you can actually commit to creating consistently. If only a few posts a week is going to work for you, then that's fine. You can do that. But I would really recommend, especially if you're trying to create urgency, like these events always create urgency for people. I would absolutely make sure you're putting enough content out there and showing up so you're still in people's minds. People have a reason to visit to you. So that way you're playing less of a long game and more of a short, urgent game. You have to get their attention. And that is really all the suggestions that I have. I love what you're already sharing. The one thing I might do is in your bio, make sure you put your location here. And I'm not looking on my phone. I'm going to pop open my phone really quick, but there should also be a way to really get in touch with you before you even have to click over to Linktree. If you are a business, have a business account so we can hit the email button, or find your location, or find a page where your events are so we can go follow you right away. I mean, you're already doing that with your Linktree, your different events. But if people want to buy something from you, try to make that path the easiest, shortest way for you to collect their money. Those are my suggestions. If you guys have any other questions about this feed review, let me know.